Good day, everyone!
I am Lassie Castillo.
I am Jeremy B. Sardido.
And I am Julia September C. Suday. And now, we are going to tackle about Philippine literature.
First, let's have pre-colonial period. The pre-colonial period broadly refers to the span of time prior to the introduction of European colonialism in areas around the world. The pre-colonial period is around 1450 to 1620, was characterized by the dominance of traditional music, dance, and fiction, all of which were held and communicated orally. In Philippine literary forms in the pre-colonial era were spoken, sung, or chanted, with the intent of entertaining, promoting community values, accompanying rituals, and importing wisdom. An example of this is the story of Malakas and Maganda. It is a Philippine creation myth. On the other hand, claims that man emerged from inside a bamboo tree, split in half by a magical bird. Philippine lore states that Malakas, or the strong one, and Maganda, or the beautiful one, surface from both sections of the bamboo. And there you have it, the pre-colonial period.
Next is the Spanish colonial period. The history of the Philippines from 1565 to 1898 is known as the Spanish colonial period, during which the Philippine Islands were ruled as the Captaincy General of the Philippines within the Spanish East Indies, initially under the viceroyalty of the Spain, based in Mexico City, until the independence of the Mexico. The novel known in this period is Noli Me Tangere, was all about the description of the Spanish colonization here in the Philippines and how the Spanish treated Filipinos badly.
Now, let's go to the American colonial period. The history of the Philippines from 1898 to 1946 is known as the American colonial period, and began with the outbreak of the Spanish-American War in April 1898, when the Philippines was still a colony of the Spanish East Indies, and concluded when the United States formally recognized the independence of the Republic of the Philippines on July 4, 1946. We have the question, what is the greatest contribution of America in the Philippines? And with that, one such policy was the introduction of the American system of education. And so pervasive and far-reaching was its impact and influence on the life and culture of the Filipino during and after the colonial period, it is generally regarded as the greatest contribution of American colonialism in the Philippines. We are now in the fourth period, the Japanese period. The Japanese period occurred between 1942 and 1945, when the Japanese Empire occupied the Commonwealth of the Philippines during the Second World War.
An example of that is the haiku. The haiku is a Japanese poetic form that consists of 3 lines, with 5 syllables in the first line, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third.
We have here is an example of haiku with the title, Family Love is, like the sun rises, each morning sets, each night family love is.
And now, we're down to our last period, the contemporary period. The Filipino literary contemporary period is characterized by the use of native languages as the main tool of literary expression rather than foreign languages. The contemporary period began in the 1960s, but truly began to flourish following the end of the martial law dictatorship in 1986.
An example of this is a novel entitled The River. It talks about the rite of passage in the life of a young gay man who grew up in a colorful and chaotic dictatorship.
And that is the Philippine literature from the different periods.
Thank you, everyone!